Welcome back to the Free Idea podcast. Yesterday, I was talking about the McDonald's, how they don't have just the option to buy the egg and the sausage. So I was looking into the app, and boy, oh boy, did they make my idea real. You're gonna actually buy just the egg and the sausage if you customize. I'm just kidding. They didn't make my idea real. It was real all along. It's always been. I didn't know that. I didn't know you could customize stuff. So I customized it. I just got the McMuffin, but I put no bread. So it was the McMuffin with no muffin, no McMuffin. It was just the Mac sausage and Mac egg with a queso. And it was good. But I only did that because I got it for a deal for $1. My issue becomes, and is still relevant to the idea I had last time. Why don't they just sell you the eggs and the sausage? Not with you customizing, because if you customize, they keep the price. They don't lower it. So if I buy a Big Mac for like $5 and I take away all the bread, it still costs me the same. If I take out all the ingredients and just leave like the meats, it costs the same. They still sell it to me for $5. That's injustice. That is not good. Not good. It's bad. So I was thinking, just give me, like, start selling just the egg. Like, hey guys, come to McDonald's, get 5 eggs for $2. And then you buy 5 eggs. Like the 5-piece chicken McNugget, but instead is the 5 egg Mac egg combo. They should start doing that with like a sausage on the side, a sausage patty. That's what I'm talking about. Sell the ingredients on their own, make deals for the ingredients alone. If I customize a burger and I take certain ingredients out, then give me cheaper price. But I don't think they would ever give me cheaper price because, they lose money. That stuff is expensive. Even if like nobody buys the bread and it goes to waste, they still gotta pay for that. So I get it. I just don't like it. So start selling the ingredients on their own. I don't think I would ever buy just the McMuffin for the sausage and egg if it wasn't for the deal that I pay $1 for it. For $1, I'll do that. For the $2 one, I might still do that because I have no choice. But beyond that, no, no 3, no 4, no 5. We're poor in America, mister. We're on our way to the third world country. We're on our way to the third world country. We're on our way. People, people are, we don't have money. Now every time I talk to somebody about having kids, they start thinking about having the wife stay at home to take care of the kid. And it's not because we're returning to the good old days when the mother stayed at home and the dad made all the dough. No. If it was, nope. Here's the reality. It costs more to have your child at a daycare than just to have your wife not work. It literally costs more for both of you to bust your ass and have some stranger take care of your child with 15 others. Like, dude, you still gotta pack their diapers, prepare their milk, and you gotta use formula for that. So even more expensive. You gotta prepare at least 3 of those bottles so they can last for the whole day. And formula is hella expensive. It's like $40 for a little canister. That I don't know how long it lasts. I bet you that it doesn't last as long as many would love to. Because them babies eat. That's all they do is eat, sleep, and poop, and cry, and repeat. So you do all that, and then your child gets sick, and you have to go pick him up, and you still have to not go to work because you're taking care of your child because he got sick. You know why he got sick? Because there's 15 other kids out there who are also getting sick, and they give it to each other. And then that kid gives it to you. So now you're dealing with a baby that the mother is not raising. It's a stranger. A stranger that it's busy with 15 others. They're all getting sick with each other. You have to pay for formula. You combine all that stuff, and you end up paying $1,800 a month on childcare alone. I've heard it. There's 1,300 a month, 1,500, 1,800 just for the childcare alone. You're not adding all the pampers and the milk, the days that they get sick and you have to take off work. You're not counting having to drop them off with all that stress. You have to wake up even earlier. Those babies wake up every 2 hours, by the way. They don't count factory settings 8 hours. Every two. So you gotta go there anyways. And you gotta wake up even earlier so that you can clothe him, change his diaper, give him some milk while he cries, get yourself ready for work. Then you think it's fast? No. You gotta put him on the little car seat, and that takes a while as well because you gotta carry everything from your apartment. Because sorry, you don't live in a house, guys. Let's be realistic here. Nobody lives in houses. Nobody that has babies. Uh, that's just 2025 right here. So you gotta walk from your second or third floor apartment and get all that stuff that's up there, your backpack for the child stuff, and then you gotta grab your work lunch box, and you gotta do multiple trips up and down to drop things off the car while you hold the baby. Cause yeah, you can leave it inside the room, but he'll cry like hell, and you cannot leave it inside the car, cause somebody will break your window and judge you to let him breathe. So there's that. That's your life for the next 2, 4, 5 years. Sucks. Just for you to make, like your wife to make in the end of the month, maybe $400, if anything. And on good days, if he didn't get sick for the entire year, maybe you get $800 if he didn't sick, getting sick for the for the entire month. Is that life? Is that how we want to raise our children? Hell no. Nobody does. So everybody who's like, yeah, my wife is staying at home, dude, we're not becoming old school again because we want to. We're becoming old school because we cannot afford to. That really speaks of the economy right now. Let's be honest. The economy right now sucks ass. It's just slavery with extra steps. That's what it is right now. So anyway, why was I rambling with this? McDonald's needs to start selling eggs on their own and sausage on their own because I'm a health nut. I want to live longer to see my child. I want to have good health because I cannot afford to go to the goddamn hospital with no insurance because my wife no longer works. So I no longer have her insurance. I said that right. I said that right. She was a teacher. All right. She got that good insurance. She got the good one. She got the government one. You know what I got? I got the option to get the insurance for a little for just a measly $800 a month to cover me, my wife, and my child. Just $800 a month. That's it. Just 800. Yeah, and I gotta take care of both of them and the rent on that salary. But 800 go on like maybe he gets sick this month. No, no $800. No, you know what I'm doing? I'm gonna put those $800 and I'm gonna save them, which I will never do, but I'm gonna just say that if I do it. And when the time comes and he gets sick, I'm gonna have $5,000 in the bank ready, which by the way, I'm not gonna do because like whoever does that, but if I was disciplined like that, even in an emergency where my child needs $5,000 now worth of medical stuff, that's probably what I would have spent in the whole year, anyways, for health insurance. So in the end, I don't know if I save money or not, but I'm not counting on him getting that type of fix done every year. So what's 800 times 10? 8,000. Then add two more times. That's 1,600. That means $3,600. Sorry. What the hell? The hell is wrong with my math? $8,000. So $9,600 for the whole year. That's what I would need to pay for my child, for everyone in the family to have healthcare, and just the basic of them all. by the way. I still gotta pay copays. I still gotta do these things where like, oh, this thing is not covered. Sorry, your child got sick on February 29, uh, on a leap year? It's not covered for that. So what I'm saying is healthcare is a scam. And McDonald's needs to start selling me those damn eggs on their own because I don't have the health to eat their McMuffin. I cannot afford that McMuffin health because I'll pay it in health. I'll pay it in the hospital. So this is why McDonald's you're not selling enough. This is why Whataburger, uh, name any brand of fast food that's unhealthy out there. That's why you're not selling enough. Because you need to start doing more healthy options. Not, no, no, no. Not like secret healthy like Subway, which is like, of course we're healthy. It's a sandwich. Dude, your bread is banned in Europe because it's considered a goddamn cake. It's considered a dessert or something. It has so much sugar that it's just considered a sweet bread. It's like, it's cake to European standards. Yeah, so I'm not talking about that type of health. Mm-mm-mm. No, no, no. We need the real health. Back to basics. We need eggs and sausage. Eggs and sausage. Hey, that's it. That stuff makes babies. So it'll make your day. You know what I'm saying? So, how much longer will I go on this? As long as it takes America to change. Which, by the way, I have no skin in the game. I just cannot make anything change. I've been listening to a lot of podcasts. I've been listening to every podcast out there, news, Twitch people that talk about the news. Which there's literally only one right now. There's a lot of them, but I'm listening to the guy from Austin. You know who you are, because of course he's listening to this, right? So I need to start. I need to stop saying so. See, what I'm trying to do is to fill the gaps because I'm doing my hard best to not use AI to turn off my gaps. There's a little setting where I can make this video or audio to start chopping up all the empty spaces and chopping up all the all the so's, all those filler words and ums. But I'm not using it because it sounds, even though I like it, it sounds weird. It sounds like different tones during the whole speaking. It's good. Maybe, I will use it here and there. But so far, the Joe Rogan podcast says that it's better not to use AI stuff so that the voice sounds more natural. At least that could be in conversations. This is not a conversation, but, some jokes that I say need some air in between to make sense. And if I'm not doing that, then you hear that? That was silence right there. If I was using that setting, it wouldn't be there. It wouldn't exist. So it makes it sound more natural. The problem is that I have to keep speaking, otherwise I'm gonna bore you. Or I'm gonna bore myself. Because if I really just speak words that make sense, then this podcast would be 3 minutes long instead of 30. This goddamn traffic. So I gotta fill in the air with ideas. And when I can no longer do that, I end it. I end it because I don't want to waste no one's time. Morning podcast. Morning podcast is Wednesday. The weather is 105 degrees according to my car. 105 degrees in Texas at 7 a.m. Jeez. Us. What does the H stand for? Christ. Jesus H Christ. Is that Harold? Jesus Harold Christ? Jesus Holler? Holland? Anyways, I was talking about the idea of the fast food and then the goddamn expensive childcare. So expensive for a person just to take care of your child. Like, might as well just have the wife do it. You know, they love it. Besides, they need it. They love their child, what they just created. They had there for 9 months, just rumbling and mumbling, and then you finally get to see it. And 3 weeks later, you have to go to work. The fuck? Yeah, that's the right time to use profanity. Um, there's a right time and place. That was it. So that's what's going on, and then they have to recover from a C-section. That's crazy. That's a whole open surgery. Who goes to work like 6 weeks after a whole 6 weeks? If you're lucky, probably it's like two. Or being American is probably like I need you tomorrow. Like just sleep it off in a nap and come tomorrow to work. I don't care if you're bleeding off the floor. I need those tables served. I need those patties cooked. I need that customer service on point, even if you need to take two Tylenols and Xanax and whatever other pain medication there's out there, Oxycontin, Captain. Um, Poor women, they have to go through all that trauma of pushing a baby out of the like a hole of the size of your nostrils, um, and then expected to go to work like nothing happened. Ah, boy, you don't get it. Nobody gets it. Having children is like being part of a club automatically. You get to join a club. And those who don't have the child, will never be able to join that club, will never understand. They'll kind of, like, like I kind of thought I knew how it was to have a baby. I thought, it sounds like I understand. Yeah, I get it. Parents can do this, can do that. Yeah, I get it. They're time consuming. Yeah, I hear a lot of those stories. Yeah, they're crying. Yeah, and I know that. Yeah, selfish, of course. Yeah, I know that part too. Until you get it, until you really get it, until you really get that little creature, that little chihuahua size of a human, and it's so cute, but also so annoying. And you're like, all right, I didn't get it. Let's be honest, I really did not get it. I did not. Nothing in the world made me get it. Nothing until I had it, and now I see what's like to be woken up every couple hours. And I have it easy, by the way, because my wife is staying at home and taking care, like 90% of that baby. See, I work and she cares for it, and I have it easy because of that. And even that is hell. Even that is hell. So, baby better start paying rent soon. Better start washing them dishes. Because it takes a lot. As cute as it is, it takes a lot. Oh, what we got here? Construction going on in Austin? Never heard of it. What's there? You got some light show, some trailer being stopped on one of those trucks with lights. Little Christmas in here. Have you noticed those trucks? They always stop in the next to the highway and they have their hood open. Always, nothing wrong looks with the truck, but they always have the hood open. Like they're just doing some emergency mechanic road stuff. That's interesting. Something tells me either these trucks are being pushed to their limits, or it's expected to have one of those all the time, and that's how the manufacturer makes it for it to fail on the road, or whoever is managing those trucks are not really keeping up with all the repairs, or they have those trucks for so damn long. No matter how much you keep up with the repairs, something is going to give eventually, and you just repair it on the way, and that's part of the business cost. It's just part of the business cost. That's it. You gotta call those guys, that company hero with their colorful trucks to stop traffic in the middle of the highway and repair your truck right there and then. And when it fails, they bring another truck to pick up your truck. And if that ever fails, they'll bring a third truck to pick up the truck that was supposed to pick up your truck, and your truck was being picked up too. Uh, yeah, you can tell I've run out of ideas, right? What else can I speak about? Oh, I'll tell you this. So, very fun interviews that I've been having, amazing people, wonderful conversations. Let me tell you this curse. After I have those conversations, I feel like my next episode gotta be even better. I gotta pay more attention to my ideas. I gotta craft better ideas. I gotta push my limits uh in respect to all the people that I've interviewed. To do them justice, to give them a good platform that keeps people coming. And it gets me into this trap where I cannot make videos anymore or audios because I'm trying to be perfect. I'm trying to put out the most perfect or good audio out there. And so whenever those ideas pop in my head, I'm like, nah, that wouldn't fly. That's not them. No, that's too much. No, that's no. I never end up making a audio and I never make up a podcast. And if I don't keep up with it, then I start running out of even more ideas. And if I do that long enough, then I stop making audios. And I kind of do exactly the opposite of what I was trying to do, which was trying to make this podcast stay alive with good content and, keep bringing people in. You see, by trying to be perfect and not to get one outcome, I actually cause it, cause the one outcome I didn't want to happen. So I decided perfection is not what I'm looking for. I can't strive for it. I cannot even strive for good ideas or content. I just gotta do stuff. And maybe every 5 episodes, one of them is good, and I'm proud of it. Maybe it's one every 20, but I gotta keep on doing them because I don't. The well dries up. The well of ideas. See, I'm reading this announcement right there that says I'm in control of an unplanned pregnancy. Damn, that's a crazy advertisement to read on the road. And then it gives you a website to go check it out. I don't know. There's another one there that says games fight laws. There's always those guys that fight semi trucks. Anyway, so to my point, that's exactly the content I want to make. Goofy, not really thinking too much about it because when I do, I stop. All right. I'm gonna have to apologize later or never. But I gotta keep making this. Gotta keep making these. Um, let's just craft an idea. Teslas that drive themselves, eventually we will have that in every car. And America will no longer need trains. By the time we get those perfect self-driving cars, America is gonna be so goddamn behind. The first I don't know, normal train using coal will finally happen between Austin and San Antonio. Finally. A 1 hour drive will turn into a 45-minute drive. By the time we finally have 100% autonomous self driving cars with zero casualties, where insurances are not even needed, then we'll have our first coal powered train from San Antonio to Austin. And California will probably have at least two railways built. And I'm not saying like a whole railway system with stops and a train. No, I'm talking like two pieces of concrete glued together. In fact, maybe not even glued together, thought or planned to be glued together at some point. They're built in different areas of the city, just like pieces, like one half of a mile rail, just the rail, no train in it, no electricity going. So by then we will have that. And then it will be useless. Like we'll just be like, guys, well, we have trains. Trains don't do anything. They're useless trains. We got self-driving cars now. And when that happens, people would finally be free. Americans finally be free to work during their commute. They will finally have the expectation to even work while going to work. There will be no longer an excuse of why didn't you get this thing done? You had the whole 1 hour drive to come here and do it. You could have just do the Excel spreadsheet while you were driving to work. Actually, while you were being driven to work. Because you could have, in fact, there will be no steering wheel on that car. No steering wheel. Uh-uh. That car will take you anywhere to work. And all you can do is be on the phone. You can eat while being on the car. But you know what? That sounds too free. There's going to be a camera that's going to beep and it's going to turn your credit score down for eating in the car, even though you cannot do anything about it, even though you cannot drive. Just because. Just because. That's the thing about power. You just do things because. Not because they make sense, just because you can. And because they have to follow what you say. That feeling of power. So that's how it's going to be. So by the time I die, maybe on the time my child has children, that's how it's going to be. It's just the nature. Just take the most dystopian idea and make it true. Alrighty. Yeah, I am speaking a lot. Ooh, I ate the sausage and egg and it's giving my gastritis. Probably didn't need to eat the cheese or the sausage. Something is doing that. All right, no more McDonald's for me. No more McDonald's for me. I love that goddamn thing, but that clown makes good burgers. I don't eat the bread no more. But even their sausage is giving me acid reflux. So, no more McDonald's. I'll just get the egg. Just the egg for $1. I'll just cook eggs at home or something. Or something. I'm gonna investigate what machine they use to make those eggs because we need that egg machine. Uh, that egg machine is tasty. Like you bite that egg and inside the yolk is still a little melty. Mm-mm. Yeah, that's good stuff. You see, there's a gap now, and I gotta speak to fill that gap. I don't know what else to say. I talk about the dystopian future of cars, self-driving cars, and then I've talked about uh restaurants. Why don't we have bicycles in America? I know why. It sucks. It sucks to drive on on the road. How about scooters? Who thought about scooters is what I don't understand. Who thought scooters was a good idea, but not bicycles? Like, in what world is anybody driving a scooter and not a bicycle? Anywhere you go, even to the poorest of the poorest countries out there, drive beat up bicycles and they carry like 50 pounds uh, for their cows on the back of it. You've seen those bicycles that just carry large things tied to the person with rope? That's a bicycle. You don't see that. You don't see the suburbs of India, people on scooters. The American scooter, not the motorcycle scooter. Like, at least you'll see them on the motorcycle scooter, but not the American scooter. The hell? That little thing? You don't see them dragging 2 pounds worth of cow feed on a little scooter in the middle of Africa. You see? In the suburbs, you see bicycles. So who was the Einstein that thought, you know what America needs? Scooters. The only reason why I think that's a thing, one, because scooters are like the wow effect. Like, wow, what's that? Let me try it. Two, it's for hippies. Three, it only happened in hippie cities. Four, uh, they're probably cheaper than a bicycle. Although I doubt that by now because they have so much technology in them. But let's just say that they're probably cheaper than bicycles. Five, and this is probably the reason why that I'm thinking they don't get stolen as much as bicycles because bicycles, you everybody knows how to steal a bicycle in America. Like your neighbor, your kid, everybody does. They can take the chain off, the tire off, the handle, like everything is, stealable. So I think it's just easier to steal a bike or more enticing than a scooter. But I'm so sure that in America, no matter what, people will be stealing anything. I'm sure they steal scooters too. I'm sure that's a problem. But it's just, I think it's just nicer to steal a bicycle than to steal a scooter. I think that's going to be the main reason why America opted for scooters. But it's just so dumb because those wheels of the scooter are so tiny, tiny, tiny wheels. And America doesn't have good sidewalks ever. They're always broken or bumpy or non existent. It turns into grass. You need a good off road bicycle with some big, thick wheels and amazing suspension to drive around Austin or, anywhere in the US because the terrain changes so much. Oh, what's that? Frontier truck. Nice. All right. Got a nice truck in here. Ooh, slowing down in the middle of a highway. By the way, everybody in Austin treats any street as a highway. Just so you know, if any time you're planning on coming to Austin, I know we have toll roads for that go 85. Dude, the I-35 is the toll road in here. Like every street in Austin is the toll road. People going 95 and then they pass you going 120. And then people wonder why there's a crash every day in this city. There's one in the morning and then one in the afternoon. It's just, damn. Well, I finally got to work. That was a good, nice 30 minutes of nonsense, or 31 or 32 of pure nonsense. But it was amazing. I loved it. And if I loved it, I know you will find a glimmer of joy somewhere in there. You might have to look hard, but it's there. Peace out.